Testing, testing. Testing 1 2 3. Testing testing. Testing testing. Okay, cool. Figured it out. This will work for today.
Mockingbird, can't you see? Little girl got a hold on me like glue. Baby, I'm
What's up, Ben? How's it going? Can you hear me? Testing. What's up, Ben?
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 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 testing. Testing testing. Cold.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to John McDonogh Stadium here for this game between the 1-5 Loyola Dons and your McDonogh Eagles. The Eagles are at 4-2 on the season after losing to St. Francis last week, 28-0. Loyola Dons are riding a 3-game losing streak after losing to Mount St. Joe 35-7 last week. Let's look at the 3 key players to this game. First of all, Nathan Walsh, number 11 for the Eagles. The senior will start at quarterback for McDonogh in this game with the injury to Duwan Ellis. Nathan is prone to throw the deep ball and has been fantastic at that through this season, but we will see if he can pull on the field general in this game. Second up, number 7, Chris Smith, the defensive end. The senior has been prolific all 4 years on offense, but on defense he has come into his own in this game. He has been a absolutely fantastic part of this defensive line so far, with Chris Smith leading the way on that defensive end. The third player, Jabril Johnson, number 5, the running back. The junior is going to be absolutely essential to this offense in what is a very misty, foggy, and wet Friday at McDonogh. Jabril will have to use the ground game and use the power of that offensive line to lead the Eagles to victory. That brings us to the keys of the game. My first key of the game is the offensive line. The injury to Duwan Ellis last week against St. Francis will prove a challenge for the offensive line here for McDonogh, but they have to overcome that to improve the running game and the passing game on a wet and wild day here at John McDonogh Stadium. The second, Nathan Walsh. His quarterback play will be essential for this team's victory today, as he needs to both throw the deep ball and be a field general in tonight's contest. Finally, the rushing attack, led by Jabril Johnson, but also complemented by running back Giovanni Procaccini. The two need to run the ball well on a damp field today to ensure victory for the Eagles against these Loyola Dons. We'll be back soon at 7 o'clock for kickoff of this game between the Eagles and the Dons. Stay with us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to John McDonogh Stadium for this edition of McDonogh Varsity Football. Your Eagles are 4-2 on the year, and they take on the Loyola Blakefield Dons, who are 1-5. Now, please stand, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. The Eagles are coached today by Dom D'Amico. The Loyola Blakefield Dons are coached by Mr. Anthony Zahu. The Dons have won the toss and elected to defer. The Eagles will get the opening half kickoff. The Loyola kick is returned by number 39, Ethan Robinson. 75 yards for a McDonogh touchdown. Extra point by number 16, Harrison Beatty, is good. With 11:47 remaining in the first quarter, the score, McDonogh Eagles 7, Dons 0. The kick is returned by number 2, Justin McCoy, tackled by number 10, 18 Natantan. Loyola run on the play. No gain. Tackle made by number 55, P.J. Mustafer. Eagles, it's third down. Ball carried by number 34, Alex Bresci. 5-yard gain on the play. It's fourth down. Punt fielded by number 9, Wayne Sharp, returned it for a 5-yard gain. McDonogh, first down. Ball carried by number 5, Jabril Johnson. Gain of 8, second down. Johnson carries. No gain on the play. Third down. Johnson carries. Gain of about 10 on the play, and it's a McDonogh first down. Procaccini carries. Gain of 3 on the play. Second down. Number 7, Chris Smith carries. Gain of about 3. Third down. Johnson carries, gain of about 6. It's a McDonogh, first down. Johnson carries, gain of 5 on the play. Second down. Johnson carries, gain of 4 on the play. Third down. Chris Smith carries, gain of about 2, and a McDonogh, first down. Pitch play to Jabril Johnson for about 4 yards. Second down. Johnson carries, 7-yard gain. Eagles, first down. Johnson carries. 4-yard gain, second down. McDonogh, fumble recovery, good for an Eagles touchdown. Harrison Beatty tackled on the play. The 2-point conversion is no good. With 3:04 remaining in the first quarter, the score, McDonogh Eagles 13, Dons 0. McCoy carries, tackled by number 17, Giovanni Procaccini. First down for Loyola at the 29-yard line. Loyola running back tackled behind the line by number 10, A.T. Loyola running back tackled at the line of scrimmage by a flock of Eagles led by number 7, Chris Smith. Eagles, it's third down. Quarterback number 7, Jeffrey Snyder, tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Eagles, it's fourth down. Loyola kick out of bounds at the McDonogh, at the Loyola 43-yard line. First down for the Eagles. Nathan Wall's pass intended for number 2, Curtis Jacobs, is incomplete. Second down. Johnson carries, 12-yard gain, and a McDonogh first down. Johnson carries, 9-yard gain. Second down. That is the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, the score, McDonogh Eagles 13, Loyola Dons 0. Carry by number 7, Chris Smith, who barrels his way for an 18-yard gain, and a McDonogh first down. Jabril Johnson carries, 3-yard gain, second down. Chris Smith carries, 1-yard gain, good for a McDonogh touchdown. The 2-point conversion is good. Nathan Walsh to Curtis Jacobs. With 10:56 remaining in the first half, the score, Eagles 21, Dons 0. McCoy carries, knocked out of bounds by number 33, Greg Penn at the 29-yard line. Loyola first down. We have an injury timeout on the field. Quarterback number 7, Jeffrey Snyder, is sacked by number 55, P.J. Mustafer. Snyder is sacked by number 7, Chris Smith. Eagles, it's third down. Snyder's pass is incomplete, batted down by number 9, Wayne Sharp.
number 12, Jordan Moore. Down at the McDonogh 39-yard line. It's an Eagles first down. Timeout called by Loyola. With 9:12 remaining in the first half, the score, Eagles 21, Dons 0. End around play to number 17, Giovanni Procaccini. 1-yard gain on the play, second down. Number 19, Jack Simmons on the reception. 3-yard gain. It's an Eagles third down. The penalty will go against the defense. Encroachment. An automatic Eagles first down. Johnson carries. Gain of 6 on the play. Second down. Nathan Walsh's pass is incomplete, intended for number 19, Jack Simmons. Third down. Chris Smith carries. Good for an Eagles. First down. Johnson carries. 5-yard gain on the play. Second down. Curtis Jacobs on the reception. Gain of about 3. Third down. Chris Smith carries. Gain of 3 on the play. Good for an Eagles. First down. Johnson carries. Gain of 2. Gain of 5 on the play. Second down. Johnson carries down to the Loyola 13-yard line. Good for an Eagles. First down. Eagles lose the ball, recovered by Loyola. Running back number 34, Alex Bresci carries. But there's a flag on the field. The penalty will be holding against the Dons. Flag on the field. It will be encroachment against the Eagles. 5-yard penalty. Still second down. Snyder's caught. Pass is caught by number 5, Matthew Bell. Tackled by number 9, Wayne Sharp. Eagles, it's third down. The Dons carrying. No gain. Tackle made by number 54, Jared Altice. Eagles timeout. With 1:24 remaining in the first half, the score, Eagles 21, Dons 0. Flag on the play. False start on the Dons. 5-yard penalty remains, fourth down. Loyola punt down down at the 38-yard line. Eagles, first down. Nathan Walsh pass is intercepted. Loyola takes over at the 21-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Penalty will be a holding against the Dons. Tackle made for a 5-yard loss. In his first game of the season, number 20, Andrew Hurdle. That is the end of the first half. At halftime, the score, McDonogh Eagles 21, Loyola Dons 0. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield for the McDonogh Eagles cheerleaders.
And a fantastic first half of football for Eagles fans. Ethan Robinson started the game. First play from scrimmage, 75 yards to the house to kick off the game 7-0 for the Eagles. Then a 1-yard touchdown run on the fumble recovery. Eagles lost the ball, picked it back up in the end zone for a score. Could not get the extra point as they tried a 2-point conversion, so that brought the score to 13-0. Chris Smith, PJ Muster, absolutely monstrous in the battle of the trenches in this one, both offensive and defensively, recording a couple sacks and opening huge running lanes for Jabril Johnson. Third score of the game for the Eagles came as off of a 1-yard touchdown run from Chris Smith, and then the extra two-point conversion was good. Nathan Walsh to Curtis Jacobs 4-2. So the score at halftime, 21-0. Eagles all over the Dons, offensive, defensively, and special teams. We'll be back for second half coverage, including live play-by-play of the game for the second half. So be sure to turn your volume up, tune in, and enjoy the second half of Eagles Loyola Dons. And welcome back, Eagles fans. Welcome to the second half of Eagles Loyola Dons. I'm here, Jack Jankowski, on the call for the second half of tonight's contest. The Eagles leading this one so far 21-0. McDonogh will kick off. It will be Harrison Beatty ready to boot this one deep to the waiting Don returners. Justin McCoy has been taking most of the kicks for Loyola so far in this contest. We'll see who this one goes to now. Grayson Lawrence, is the kickoff man for the Eagles. Start of the third quarter, 21-0 Eagles over the Dons so far. End over end kick. It's going to be returned at about the 2-yard line, coming left to right, hustling down the field, and knocked out of bounds, or knocked down. That's going to be Justin McCoy carrying. Knocking him down is number 9, Wayne Sharp. Correction, it looks like Saeed Rahim was the one on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Dons, who have not been able to do much on the return game so far. And 1st and 10 for Loyola. Carry up the middle, and it is Bresci who will carry for maybe 2 or 3 on the play up the middle. Something where the Dons, many facets of the game they have struggled so far, but most heavily up the middle on that run game, both offensively and defensively, trying to contain this big front 7 for the McDonogh Eagles. Man in motion. Pass is incomplete. Big hit. Curtis Jacobs delivering the pain across the middle of the field on the slant route, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Great secondary effort for the Eagles so far in this contest. Darius Pickett, their number 1 safety, number 4, went out of the game early in the first half due to an injury on a kickoff. They've also lost number 1 BJ Farrar for a month in last week's game against St. Francis, but the secondary holding strong in this one so far, posting a 0 on this Loyola offense. And here's a pitch play. Runner to the outside. Looks like he might just get the 1st down. Bunch of water spraying from the sidelines on this wet, damp night here in at McDonogh. It was Mason Rush carrying the ball for the Dons. And Rush will get the fresh set of downs for the Dons. 1st downs rare in this game for Loyola. They get one there. And straight run up the middle. The quarterback, Snyder, carrying the ball. He'll get maybe 2, and that's one of the signs of a desperate team is when your quarterback's running the ball and the halfbacks are pushing them and everybody's pushing, just straining to get those couple yards against this massive front 7 for the Eagles that has mainly contained the run game so far. 2nd and about 8 coming up. Here's a quick triple option play, so they're going to get it out to Bresci, who is going to get tackled by a flock of Eagles there. The ball is stripped, but it looked like the referees marked him down forward progression, stopping the play there, and so no fumble recovery for the Eagles. They'll stop him in his tracks and bring up a 3rd down. Third down and 8. Third down and 8 here. And quick pass over the middle of the field, and it is complete. Snyder finds his receiver, number 12, Jordan Moore, across the middle of the field for a fresh set of downs for Loyola. Fresh set of downs for the Dons, nearing the Eagles' side of the field for the first time today, trying to get into enemy territory here. Run for maybe 2. Bresci's going to carry, and they're going to mark him down with a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8 coming up for Loyola. Second and 8, trying to establish the run early in this second half. Substitution here. Thomas Kern is going to come in on offense. Usually an outside linebacker, 5'10", the junior, entering in on the offensive side of the ball as the Loyola Dons look for any traction in this half. Man in motion, and they'll run the option. Snyder's going to carry, and he is tackled quickly, but he's going to fall forward for a couple. Brought down Jackson Bonnets on the tackle for the Eagles, and that's the benefit of having a quarterback 5'11", so smaller than most quarterbacks, but able to just dive forward and get a couple yards just using good old gravity. Third and about 4 coming up here. About midway through the third quarter. And the pass is incomplete, intended for Matthew Bell. Incomplete. Wayne Sharp on the defense for the Eagles, and they will force a punt. Now, correction, it looks like the Dons are going to go for it inside McDonogh territory for the first time today at about a 4th and 4. And they will fake the run outside and incomplete. Just outside the outstretched arms of number 9. Looks like Ian Takas for the Dons, and the Eels will take over. Fresh set of downs, good coverage on the play for McDonogh, forcing Snyder to throw that ball a little bit farther outside than he would have been comfortable. Now here, fresh set of downs for the Eagles, 1st and 10 at about the 46-yard line. Nathan Walsh hands it off. Jabril Johnson comes thundering up the middle, and he is just going to bully a couple defenders for about 9 yards there. Number 52 for the Dons, Alex Ciciola, was taken for a ride for about 4 yards there as Jabril uses that power status to get 9 on the play. 2nd down and 1. Walsh again under center. He'll hand it off to Johnson again. This time not as much. Pressure caves on him, and he's dropped for about a 5-yard loss on the play. And that's where they possibly could be missing Devon Ellis. He's out with an injury. The guard is usually a force to be reckoned with in the inside part of that line. Losing him, and sometimes the defensive line seeps through. Pitch play to Johnson. They keep it on the ground. And he's going to get the first down and more. He's going down and then off to the races. Dragged down at about the 25-yard line. Fresh set for the Eagles. 1st and 10 on the big play. And Jabril, they haven't been able to run the ball up the middle too successfully, so they pitch it to the outside. Johnson, fast for his size, listed as 5'9", 190 pounds on the depth chart. He's every bit of that when he needs to be, but he's as fast as much of the defense in this game. Here's a quick run. Fullback Chris Smith gets maybe a yard. Now 2nd down and 9, maybe 8. And a 3 wide receiver set for the Eagles. Handoff, Johnson. Johnson continues to shake off tacklers and get down to the 20-yard line. Gets maybe 3 or 4 on the play, on a play that probably should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage. So he makes the best of it, gets down to 3rd and a manageable 5. Eagles, through the 4 years that I've been at this school, have never had a tight end on the roster, opting for more wide receivers and usually that fullback Chris Smith in for McDonogh. Handoff here to the outside. Giovanni Procaccini. There's a flag down, but he's going to climb the ladder and get down to the 7-yard line. Fresh set if it stands. Now, but this one's going to be a holding on the offense and 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, so it'll back up the Eagles into a 3rd and 15. Third and long coming up for McDonogh. They have passed rarely today in this contest. DeJuan Ellis out with the injury, so Nathan Walsh starting at quarterback. He's thrown a couple deep balls, 1 interception so far. He looks to pass here. No, he's going to draw play. Giovanni will stumble forward. They are going to mark him down for about a 5-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 8 coming up for McDonogh. Eagles have attempted only 1 field goal in the last 2 years. Harrison Beatty, the kicker for McDonogh, only 1 field goal in 2 years of play. That was a couple weeks ago at Spalding when he nailed a 40-yard field goal as time expired in the first half to get the Eagles back in the game. It looks like the offense will stay on the field for McDonogh. However, for this 4th down and 8, inside of the Loyola Dons 30-yard line. And there's going to be a timeout called by McDonogh. So the Eagles will talk it over a little bit before this 4th down and 8 play. 3:47 remaining in the 3rd quarter, 21-0 Dons over the Eagles. Eagles back out here for the 4th and 8. Offense still out there after the timeout. Walsh in the shotgun for this one. And he looks deep, and it is incomplete. Oh, it is intercepted. Out of the end zone. shaking a tackle and down to the 15-yard line. Matthew Bell with the interception. He brings it out to, they're going to mark him down at the 13-yard line. It is the second interception for Walsh today, and the Eagles will turn it over. First down for the Dons. Nothing going on there. Tackle made. Andrew Hurdle. Comeback story for Hurdle in his first game of the season that he's played after suffering an injury in the preseason of the lacrosse season last year. So he's been rehabbing that. Finally back for this game and making a big impact for the first one overall, as he has 2 tackles already. Snyder fakes the handoff. Now they're going to go up the middle with the ball. Not much going on there. They've tried to be deceptive with this triple option, having that fullback, that running back, and Snyder, the quarterback, all with the ability to run the ball. But the defensive line, this front 7 for the Eagles, has not been fooled so far in this one. 3rd down and 10. Long way to go for a Loyola first. Snyder looks to throw, and he is engulfed on the play. Goes down P.J. Mustafer on the sack for McDonogh, and that'll be 4th down, and the Dons will punt. Back to receive the punt. He boots it, line drive to Curtis Jacobs, who loses the football, dives on it at the 40-yard line, and the Eagles take over inside Loyola territory. First down and 10 for McDonogh. And here's Jabril Johnson on the carry. He thunders forward, gets about 6 on the play. Johnson has had a great offensive line in front of him, but credit him for making some fantastic plays of shaking off would-be tacklers to get the extra yards. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Eagles. Another handoff to Jabril. He's got some space on the outside. He will find an open field, and he's knocked out. At about the 23-yard line, there's a flag down on the play. Possibly a holding penalty against the Eagles, as somebody might have gotten an extra tug. Try to create some extra space for Johnson on that outside run. Second down and 11 after the holding penalty against the Eagles. And high pass is caught by Giovanni. He's not going to get much there. Screen passes are hard for the wide receiver there, as a lot of things have to go right, and one thing goes wrong, and you're tackled for a loss. Got to get the right timing, got to get the right blocking. Good pass. That one sailed a little bit on him. He had to take a second to catch the ball, and the blocking just wasn't there. End of the third quarter, Eagles leading 21-0 in this one. We go to the fourth here at John McDonogh Stadium, the first ever McDonogh live stream broadcast. We'll be right back.
Are you insane like me? Been in pain like me? Bought $100 bottle of champagne like me? Just to pour that motherfucker down the drain like me?
Eagles ball 3rd and 10 to start the fourth quarter of play. Walsh across the middle, and it is complete.
Walsh pass to Curtis Jacobs to the 30-yard line. First down.
Fresh set of downs for the Eagles on a nice crisp pass from Nathan Walsh. We've seen him aired out a lot in this game, but that pass over the middle has worked well when they've thrown it. And handoff outside, Jabril Johnson. He gets down to the 15-yard line, big gain there. He was untouched for about 10 yards, then shook off some contact to get to the extra 5. And the Eagles now at first down, 15-yard line in the red zone again tonight. And a draw play. Johnson to the outside and in for 6 points. Jabril Johnson 15 yards out, and he's got his second touchdown of the game. Harrison Bay here to attempt his second extra point of the night. He's 1 for 1 so far. Swinging his arms. Boots it, and good. 28-0 here early in the fourth quarter. 11 minutes to go. Eagles on top. Lawrence kicking the ball deep. Down to about the 5. And they do a little pitch play, and he's down at about the 28-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Dons. Now, it's tough in a game like this. You're down by 4 scores late in the game. Not a whole lot of thoughts of victory, but looking to improve your offense. Try to get something going. Snyder pitch play. And due to the outside goes Alex Bresci. He'll get maybe 4 on the play. Brings up second. Trying to establish the run early on in this drive. With that triple option, they go with the pitch play here. Gain a couple. And burst up the middle on that one. It's Randolph this time. Taylor Randolph takes it for about 5, but looks like they're going to spot him just short of the first down, so it'll be 3rd and inches. No, they are going to give him the first by the length of the ball. And 1st and 10. Oh, and he loses the football. Fight for it here. Looks like the Dons kept possession on this one, and it'll be 2nd down. Tough job for a center in this game. When you got nose tackles coming at you like the Eagles have, P.J. Mustipher coming up the middle, that center's got to be prepared immediately to meet that onset, especially when your run game is not getting much done. And that can cause a little excitement on that front line. Center a little too quick with the snap, and some miscommunication results in a quick 2nd down. Pitch play here. Bresci. And ripped down. A good tackle made. Wayne Sharp adding on to a good tackle made by Griffin Catlett on the play. Brings up 3rd and long, which as a defensive coordinator calling plays, that is a beautiful situation for you. A lot of plays that you can call. You can blitz, you can play zone. Just don't give up the 10 yards. Do your job here. Man in motion, pressure coming, and he is sacked. Taken down. Greg Penn and P.J. Mustipher on the play. About 10 lost on that one, and it's 4th down, and call it 20. Just a lot of pressure up the middle by the 2 inside linemen. Mustipher and Penn, the linebacker. This one, Curtis Jacobs will let bounce out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So Eagles take over after the Loyola punt, forced by the Mustipher and Greg Penn team up for the sack.
Eagles will start the ball on the 34-yard line. 1st down.
Run play. Johnson high stepping around, and he's finally dragged down by his knee pads there. Gets the first down, and as a defense, when you've got a running back that is just running rampant in the backfield, you got to tackle him anyway, anyhow. That time it was just by the knee pad, grabbing him there, making the stop, but not before 11 yards. Quick handoff, Procaccini. He will bounce to the outside. Met by 2 or 3 Dons, pushes into the second level and gets about 5 on the play. It's the great thing about this Eagles running game in this contest, that even when they've been stopped at the line of scrimmage, they're usually getting about 5 out of it. Second and 5 at midfield. Now another draw play. Procaccini, he'll bounce to the outside. He's got blocking. He's down to the 30, the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Eagles. Giovanni Procaccini with a 50-yard touchdown. Fantastic blocking on the play by the Eagles. As dip, dodge, dive, and duck, Giovanni Procaccini makes the score 34-0. And Beatty, good snap, good hold, and good kick. 3 for 3 on extra points is Harrison Beatty, as the Eagles take a 35-0 lead over the Dons. 6:03 remaining in the final quarter of play. Who saw the kick? And? Oh, they did well? Or are you just making fun of me because I said... Line drive, deep kick. Grayson, Lawrence will kick it out of bounds. And so the Dons will start at the 40-yard line as the kick bounces out of play. And Loyola at the 35-yard line to start this drive. We're at a running clock at this point in the game, eclipsing 4 minutes. Handoff, Bresci, he's on the move, and he will escape a tackle, keeps going, and he is finally ripped down at the 35-yard line. Alex Bresci with a explosive play, caught the defense napping a little bit there. First down and 10 for the Dons on McDonough's side of the field. First and 10. Quick draw play right up the middle. Ball goes out. Looks like the Don offensive lineman was the first to dive on it. And it's just a hard hit, jars that ball loose. Adam Will, the offensive lineman, able to fall on the ball and retain the possession for Loyola. And they run the option again out to the outside and tackled about a 5-yard gain there. Justin McCoy on the pitch. And third down coming up. Clock runs under 2 minutes to go in this contest. And another run up the middle. Bresci, he's going to get a huge run down. And, excuse me, it was Ian Takas running the ball all the way down to the 9-yard line and a first down for the Dons. Time ticking away in the fourth quarter, but the Dons are onto something late in the game. Couple of big runs up the middle of the field. Man in option. Snyder's going to keep it himself. He's going to push towards the end zone, and looks like he gets stopped just short. About the 5-yard line is where they'll mark him down. Second and goal. Pitch play to Bresci. He's got the outside. Oh, wrapped up hard. What a stop by the Eagles at the goal line. First man to the ball halts his possession, and then the rest of the team comes to bring him down. And third down upcoming under 30 seconds. And the Dons will call a timeout, so they want to punch this one in. 25.3 seconds remaining in the final quarter of play. Snyder puts a man in motion. He's going to try to run for it himself, and he will get there. So the Dons get one at the end of this game. 5-yard touchdown run for Jeffrey Snyder. And Snyder with the hold. Just barely missing there. So the game will stay at 35-6. Good hold, good snap for Loyola. Kick sails on him a little bit. Not enough power on that one, and it will remain 35-6. Late stages of this one. And the squib kick. Onside recovered by Zach Laporte. And the Eagles take over 29.1. Looks like they'll just need the ball and take this one into the record books. The Eagles will advance and improve in this season to 5-2. Loyola will lose their 4th in a row and fall to 1-6. Only one note for McDonogh. Darius Pickett, he's out of his uniform and getting checked out by the trainers on the sidelines as he's getting ice on that left shoulder. He was injured and did not return in this one. But the Eagles get the victory, 5-2 on the year. They travel to Mount St. Joe next week, and then they are here home again for Calvert Hall, Gilman, and then the playoffs. Thank you for watching and tuning in to the first ever McDonogh live stream. Thank you for supporting us through this adventure. We'll see you next week.